So first of all, there's a lot of social activities, possibly drinking and things like that, going out, having a little bit too much fun, feeling guilty. It's like affecting your financial situation. Obviously, if you're going out partying every night, I do feel that you are going to feel it physically, but also financially as well. So this is like doing something that you're not supposed to, okay, or overindulging in a little bit too much. I feel like for a lot of you, you do it out of a sense of obligation. Like it could be a social function, it could be a business function, and you're just a little bit burned out. You're no longer finding fulfillment, enjoyment in it anymore. So I feel like for a lot of you, it is a maturation process where you might be in an entry level job and you might try to appease everyone by going out to these happy hours every night, or just, going out partying really hard with your either new friends or even senior colleagues and things like that. And you're not finding it enjoyable anymore. What I'm also feeling here, both of these cards with the Five of Cups and the Seven of Swords, this is like giving up your old ways, okay? If you were like the perpetual bachelor or bachelorette, you're giving up your old ways. If you had an unhealthy way in which you communicate with someone, or if you are dealing with someone who is quite sneaky, who has been lying, who has been deceitful, who has been deceptive, and you're realizing that you don't respect them anymore and you don't love them anymore. So I feel this is something that you're going to have to do. I also sense that there is emotional distance between you and the people that you care about in your life. So Taurus, for this month, try to really cultivate relationships that are meaningful, because it's really going to make you feel quite good, okay? That's what you really need. And if you've been going around for the past few years asking yourself, why don't I have like, those emotionally gratifying talks with the people in my life? Well, you have to seek out those relationships, the ones that are nurturing, rather than the ones that are fun. Fun is fine, but if you can't connect to somebody on an emotional level, it can be long term. It can indicate a lot of suppressed feelings. It can just be, you need more emotional connections with other people, is what I'm feeling. You need to have that, okay? And I feel like a lot of the friends around you, they might have been just superficial, and you're going to have to screen them out better, okay? So the second cluster that we're dealing with is your public life. And first of all, we have the Ace of Cups and the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is a card about getting recognition, getting success, getting like being thrust into the spotlight, having a lot of admirers, having a lot of people adore you and want to be with you. So this is the public image. When it is paired up with the Ace of Cups, this is about love, and this is about the ways in which other people display how they love us versus the way in which we feel that we're loved, okay? So this combination is a very showy card. So first of all, I feel that for a lot of you Taurus who are in significant relationships or who are beginning something new, I feel that the partner that you're attracted to is someone who has the world at their feet. This is someone who is either very famous or either somebody who is very like financially stable, who has a lot of admirers, and wherever they go, there's like a train of people following them. This is somebody who has leadership qualities as well. And there's a lot of drive, ambition, passion swirling about them. And they are somebody who is well-known, successful, okay? I also feel that in this combination, it can be that for a lot of you, love has always come very easily for you. You had somebody that worshipped you, and you felt like you were, secure in that relationship. And I also feel that this is not the time to be taking those things for granted as well. So because it's a cup energy dealing with a very public persona. I'm going to say as well that you want to make sure the love is a reflection of how you feel. If you like somebody or they vice versa like you because of the public image that you project into the world, I don't feel that that is a stable, long-term, committed relationship. That's more of a superficial relationship. So either way, there are some, intimacy issues, public image issues that are coming through in terms of love and relationships for you for this month, okay? In terms of your finances, financially, you're going to have to curb the spending, okay? The hangman, when it's shown up next to a pentacles card like this, it basically indicates some type of sacrifices, not going so hard when you party, not going out and running up the bill and running up your credit card, for example. So I feel like practical considerations when it comes to your expenditures is going to be required of you. For those of you who have been going out a lot because you are attracting this type of energy where you're dating somebody who's like a high roller and, they're used to this fast lifestyle, this really fast, extravagant lifestyle. I feel like if you're trying to court them, you are running up the bills, okay? I feel as well that a lot of you are trying to impress somebody. And I always say, the right person will know your value, will know your worth, and the right person cannot be courted with money. So try to keep that into perspective and cultivate authentic relationships and positive people in your life, okay? I feel like you're a Taurus, you're an earth sign, and you're all about finances and, the good life and the good things in life. So there is a penchant for overindulgence. You are usually very practical with money, but I feel like there is somebody in your midst that is causing you to, want to go out of your way to help them or to court them, and it's a huge financial loss for you because it's just not practical. Real people should not be persuaded by money, okay? So that's just the overall advice I'm sensing here. The hangman indicates some type of a sacrifice, and it basically means you have to let go of something in order to achieve something else, okay? So this can be letting go of instant gratification in order to achieve long-term financial stability. This can be not listening to other people's advice around you. If they're saying like, oh, invest in this because in like 2 months it's going to blow up and you're going to hit pay dirt. Take the time, invest in something that is a little bit more stable, that might take, rather than 2 months, 2 years to mature. So you want to be slow and methodical about this situation. Okay, so this is about foregoing short-term pleasures for long-term financial stability. I do feel you are going to have to rein in your expenditures a little bit. I feel a lot of extravagance spending happening around you. Somebody wants the good life, and somebody has the financial resources to sustain the good life, but only for like a year, 2 years max, and then the finances are going to be a major source of contention. So the good life needs to be worked at long term as well and planned out, mapped out long term. So it's nice to have the good life, but at this point in your life, Taurus, you are going to have to cut down on going out and major expenditures, okay? What is coming through as well? We do have some very, very intense, powerful, emotional cards, okay? For those of you who are in coupled relationships, I do feel there is some lies and deception. For those who are in stable relationships, who have been with a partner, and I feel that you're not seeing eye to eyes this month. I do feel as well that you're in love with the persona. They likewise are in love with the persona, but there's more to the story. So you really have to do some digging. You really have to ask some important questions. You really have to have a heart-to-heart conversation with the other person, okay? Because I feel like this is a very illusory, both of these cards appearing together. It's a very blue Neptunian energy. And it indicates to me some type of veil, something being pulled over your eyes. And things are not what it seems. So you might want to be very careful about this, okay? I feel like a lot of you are mesmerized or entranced, and I feel like you're in love with someone. I feel like you're taken away by someone, like swept off your feet, literally, you know, with the Two of Cups here, swept off your feet. But you want to be careful. You want to be careful about this. For those of you who have started dating and you feel like you found the soulmate, you found the person that you're meant to be spend the rest of your life with, I feel that you really still need to take it slow because it is in the beginning stages and it is also an early romance. So with all this Neptunian blue energy, watery energy, I feel like for a lot of you, you might be involved with a water sign. So water signs are Pisces, um, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. This can be their sun, moon, or rising. And I feel very strong Piscean energy coming through. But the point here is don't get swept away because I feel like this whole row deals so much with the public image, how others perceive you. And it deals with like it's just like the stage. It's like the setting. It's not authentic. It's not real. Even though the Two of Cups is a very, very beautiful card when it comes to soulmate connections, you know. There's a very strong soul connection, but like the external circumstances are very difficult for you to see one another authentically. So we're going to go back into the love reading specifically in a little bit, but I just want you to take it very, very slow and, you know, do away with the public image aspect. Ask your heart what it really feels, what it really wants, what will really make you happy. Independent of other people, independent from the financial security, from the public image, from the persona, the success that you're hoping to achieve in your life. What is really making you happy this month? Those are questions that you should be asking instead, okay? So let's look at the advice here, and this is the path that you're supposed to follow. So first of all, let's look at the situation this way. A lot of choices, most of them are probably not going to be that great for you. So there's a snake here. And that's not a good choice because that can indicate a lot of jealousy and also, you know, possibly betrayal and, you know, some negative toxic energy. So these are really, really, you have a lot of choices laid out for you, but you really want to follow your heart and you really want to ask, you know, just wealth and riches aside, because those are very minor things in life, relatively. They are pretty minor. You need enough to get by. But in terms of amassing, you know, huge empires of just wealth, it doesn't serve our higher good, okay? So you want to get back to this childlike state where you ask your heart what it wants. You ask your heart who it wants to be with. And that's your answer. So I feel like narrowing these choices, these options would be very beneficial for you because I feel like you're taken away by the glitz and the glamour and you're not seeing things in its real light. You might miss out on a good thing while looking for the glitz and glamour, or you might be so fascinated and attracted and swept off your feet by the glitz and the glamour that you're falling for the wrong person. Okay, so be very careful about this energy. I feel a very strong Neptunian energy coming through. The next card here is the Ten of Pentacles. And when it showed up in the reverse position. But like I said, I'm not going to read reversals. And I feel like for a lot of you, there is this, you know, when you were young, you think about, and this is something a lot of earth signs think about. So not just Taurus, but I feel that for a lot of Capricorns and Virgos as well. When you're like 5 years old, you think when I'm 20, I'm going to do this. And you think when I'm 30, I'm going to have a family. When I'm 35, I'm going to be at the pinnacle of my career and my financial success and life. And then I'm going to retire, you know, at 40. And life is going to be planned out, structured in that exact way. And I feel like the rigid ways in which we are taught, and, you know, the whole concept about the biological clock and the whole concept about achievements and having a timeline in order to achieve these things, it's placing a lot of unnecessary pressure on us because as humans, we progress through life and we're supposed to learn lessons as we go along the way. So we're supposed to derail or change our plans when they no longer serve us. So it is really important for you, Taurus. Think about what it is that you're hoping for and what the ultimate end goal is, because I feel like you're a little bit off track when it comes to um, public image, when it comes to money, when it comes to wealth, when it comes to accomplishment. You're getting a lot of accomplishments, I feel. With the Six of Wands, this is like the somebody who's getting a lot of recognition, somebody who's potentially very famous and they're, on top of the world. But are you really happy? Are the people around you authentically sincere? Because if you look at his face, he frankly looks a little bit bored. And is it like a shallow victory? Because are you up there, alone? And do you have a person that will still love you when all the fame and the glitz and the glamour fades away? So you really want to think about these long-term existential questions, like who is actually there for me? So we have the cups and the pentacles. This is illusion and this is reality. So I do feel that you have a lot of support around you. Make sure you nurture those relationships. Make sure you are thinking things, make sure that love and money are not linked up together, first of all. There should not be love considerations, or there should not be financial considerations when it comes to loving somebody. And likewise, some people, the right one for you actually, are not the ones that can be bought with money. Okay, so some assessment or reassessment in the ways in which you are viewing success, love, relationships, money, finances, something like that it's all like tangled together. And it's up to you to extract it. And the only way for you to extract this really complex web is getting to the root of it, which is, what do I want to do? What is my calling? What do I really want to do? If I didn't have any constraints, what will I do? And you want comfort. You want stability. You want love. You want somebody that will open their arms up for you, even, no matter if you're on top of the world or down in the dumps. You want somebody who is going to be there through thick and thin. You don't want to be used. And if you don't want to be used, you have to change the way you are being perceived by the public environment. You are going to have to change your social circle and to be around people who are very genuine and sincere. Okay, so think about that a little bit. Obviously, this is not going to apply for everyone, but I feel like this message was also coming through last month. It's a little bit less jarring last month, but I feel like it's so prominent in this month's spread. So obviously the message needs to be reiterated once more. The last card that we have here is the Chariot. And the Chariot indicates a lot of success coming through. And it's success through hard work. It's not serendipitous. Things just didn't fall on your lap. You worked really, really hard for all these external successes. And they're no longer bringing you the satisfaction, the personal enjoyment. And you feel like it's kind of like for example, if you run a business and you work day and night in order to make it very lucrative, in order to establish something very solid with it, now you feel as if it's running away from you, like it's running you. You are constantly trying to have to keep up with everything and you're no longer happy. Another situation here is if you've been, pursuing the wrong relationship partner, I do feel that you're kind of overlooking a lot of the differences within your relationship, not getting along. You're not agreeing on a philosophical level. Like I said, it is a relationship that is it's mainly about facade. It's mainly about the public image. In terms of love and devotion and things like that, it might be a little bit lacking. Doesn't mean that it's not there, but these are important conversations that you have to have with yourself and with another partner. Figuring out where your heart wants to be, what it needs in order to thrive, getting back to the basics, the fundamentals would be very important for you.